Hi, it's Stephanie with Ageless Living TV. Are you looking on the bright side of life? Turn negative feelings into positive feelings when you count your blessings. Have you ever known anyone that seems unhappy about most things? Kind of just looks at everything going wrong, and as soon as those are solved, they find something else to complain about. A real downer. And then on the other hand, maybe you know somebody who just seems eternally positive about all things and happy. Now those are the two ends of the spectrum. Most of us are sort of both, leaning one way than the other. My question for you is happiness a choice? Or is it just a state of mind, a fleeting moment that just sort of comes over and we get a glimpse of it every once in a while? I propose to you that happiness is a choice and a habit that you can build on. In the same way, negativity is a choice and also a habit that can be built on. Now, I'm not talking about tragedy, and I'm not talking about really bad things or sad things. I'm not talking about serious things. I'm talking about just your everyday life and things that happen and how you react to them. Your everyday life. Do you lean happy or do you lean negative? What I am talking about is the pursuit of happiness. Let's talk about building a happiness habit. Wouldn't it be great if we had a plan of action in place so that when you start feeling yourself pulled towards down, unhappy, negative feelings, that you could bring yourself back to positive, happy feelings? Wouldn't that be great? Here's my teeny tiny idea for creating a happiness habit. It's going to start with building a list, your happiness list. Get out a piece of paper and write a list of all the things that make you happy. Now, I'm not talking about winning the lottery or driving a fancy car. This is a list of things that do make you happy, not things that probably aren't ever really going to happen or might not happen. Things that do make you happy. I'll give you a few to get you started, but your goal is 25 at least. The first 5 to 8 are going to be super easy, and I'll start you off with a few right now. Prayer, meditation, spending quality time with your family. That makes so many people happy. Spending time with your spouse or your loved ones. Eating out or going to a restaurant with your friend or your spouse or your family. Going to a fun movie, reading a book, going to your quiet place, spending time reflecting. Perhaps it's a happy place that you actually go to. I have a favorite waterfall. Oh, just sitting there. It just brings me back to a happy feeling. So I got you started, but the job is yours to finish that list and create a list of your happiness. If you have a happy list of places, people, things that actually make you happy, and you take that list out when you're leaning towards negativity and you're feeling down and you're feeling mad or you're feeling upset, and you read that list and you actually take a moment to think about each one of those items and feel, that makes me happy. I feel that, I remember. I know how to be happy. I remember. So that remembering feeling of happiness starts becoming real, and you start really feeling happy because you know how. So when you're feeling down or upset or mad, I suggest you have a little chat with yourself. Now, not in public, of course. This is inner dialogue, right inside your brain. And you might want to ask yourself, this situation, this conversation, this place that I found myself in, is this something I can fix? Can I change this? Is there anything I can do right now to make this better? Because if there isn't, I just would ask you, why would you want to spend any time feeling upset, feeling mad, feeling down when you can't even fix it? You can't even change it. Sometimes things just don't go your way. You could have a disagreement. Someone could be mean. Someone could say something they shouldn't have said. A thing can happen to you, and it's your job to decide how you're going to react to it. If it's a small everyday thing, then let's go back to happiness. We don't have to feel upset about that. I think if I broke my leg or had a car accident, I would not be able to pull out a happiness list and fix that. I'm talking about someone upset you, someone said something they shouldn't have. That's the things we can fix with our happiness list. Here's another little thing that you might try that works for me. You might think about the situation that happened, the conversation that happened, the thing that you find yourself in, and kind of replay it in your mind. I do this with the movie. If I go to the movies and I see a movie and it ended, just what were they thinking? Or a book, you get to the end and you're like, what just happened? I will close my eyes and imagine a different ending, and I'll rewrite it in my own mind, and it will be real to me, and I will be satisfied and happy. You could take those situations that are happening, the conversation, and you could just kind of rewrite it in your mind and say, this is what they should have said, this is what I should have said, this would have should have happened. And it just feels good to say, it could have been better, it could have been different. And when you do that over and over and over, you'll start finding that those situations in the future, they start happening the way you're imagining it. There's a lot of power in the positive thinking. Now you can do this with any situation in your life because it's your life. And what goes on inside your mind and your brain, that's private territory. It belongs only to you. You're the only one who decides what goes on in there. So if you want to be happy inside your mind, think happy thoughts. The more you do that, the more chance you have of creating a happiness habit. So when you're feeling down or mad or angry, just remind yourself you do know how to feel happy. You've got a whole list of things that you can prove it. We all deserve to be happy. Wouldn't the world be a better place if people practiced happiness habits more often? Thank you so much for watching this episode of Ageless Living TV. We have so many great things in store for you, so be sure to click on subscribe to our channel and go to our website and subscribe to that also.